welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren from Lauren and the Books.
Hello.
We're under a little cosy, it's quite nice this. Actually, this blanket, when you bought it, I was like, yeah, it's fine. But actually, it's a very, very nice blanket.
It's lovely, isn't it? It's
and it's very
down,
I like the fact that it's checked. It's not upside down.
My side is.
How have you managed that?
How have I managed
Yeah.
it?
Anyway, today is Cosy Reading Night. It's about an hour before Cosy Reading Night kicks off. We're very much looking forward to it, aren't we, David?
Yeah, Lauren.
And I'm going to... Well, originally the plan was that we were going to... I'll put my hand down the back of David's trousers. When I can't wait to see your face as I do that. What are you... I didn't mean to.
You went right down.
I did so. It's because I was doing
I know.
that. And I pulled it
What,
down.
you were mining.
It's really tickled me. We were originally going to start Cosy Reading Night in the bath.
Like it's
What we normally do.
Isn't it?
However, we both want our dinner really first, don't we? So I'm going to start. Dinner takes about 40 minutes. We're having a paneer curry. What is it? Like paprika or something? I can't remember.
No, it's paneer.
I hate you when you do that with your eyes.
Sorry, it's because I'm really thinking. It's what is it?
We'll show you in a
Dal.
minute when we go. It's a dal, and that takes about 40 minutes. So I'm going to start. Are you doing closing your eyes on purpose?
No, I'm not closing my eyes.
So I'm going to go and cook that and. Listen, although this is before Cosy Reading Night has even started, I'm going to start listening to my new audiobook, David, which is Quite by Claudia Winkleman. It's her non-fiction, like memoir type book about different times during her life, and I'm very fond of her. So yeah, I finished Nevermore, the third Nevermore book today. So I'm going to start listening to Still Bloody Fireworks, the 6th of November. Shut up. So I'm going to go and do that. Then we're going to eat from about 7. You're not going to eat and read because guess what? You can't do it. And then we're going to get in the bath from about 8. So I think I'm going to start with the book Olive. Well, I'm going to start with the Claudia Winkleman book, and then I think I'm going to start with the book Olive, and then read Serpentine when I'm in the bath.
And I'm
wait
just
for that bath.
cracking on with Dear Justice. Oh, and I'm going to do a couple of what ifs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So should we go and do the cooking? Are you going to help me do the cooking?
No. I've got to get a Christmas list together.
You better hurry up with that then, David. Right, I'm gonna go and do the cooking then. Bye. As I thought, it did have paprika in it. It's paprika paneer with tomato and coconut dal. I'm looking forward to it. I love paneer so much. And it takes 40 minutes. And it's just gone 15:15. So I'm gonna start now so that we can start on the dot with a curry, reading and enjoying, and yeah, I'm gonna get back to my mate Claudia. This audiobook, I got it out from Libby, so I didn't spend any credits on it, and it's 5 hours 55, which isn't too long, so there is a high chance that I could have that done this weekend. Imagine!
Brutal about the effect of fitting rooms on my
Exactly.
well-being.
So dinner's all coming together. The dal is almost done, and I've just put the paneer in. Oh, actually, just remembered I've got to put the naan breads in, so I'll do that as well. So yeah, it's just 7 o'clock now, and I've been very much enjoying listening to Quite by Claudia Winkleman. I've been giggling along. It's her sort of like musings on certain aspects of life, which I'm very much enjoying. So far I've heard about her opinions on napping, men, and what are we on now? I don't know, but I mean, I'm having a lovely time listening to it. So I'm going to carry on with this, and then I'm going to go and serve this up and start reading the book.
Realised that I was fashionable, nonchalant, on trend, and practically an adult. I backcombed my hair, I put on some lip liner.
Boots
Yes,
is what she's talking about now.
Oof.
This comes through.
Dinner is
Soya.
served,
Oh my word, that looks delicious.
doesn't it? I'll start with Olive by Emma Gannon, I think.
Nice.
Take my slippers off. Sit down, worried about getting it on here. Gonna tuck something in.
Good idea.
Well, that was delicious. It really, really was nice. Did you like it, David?
Yeah.
Very nice. And now the time is 7:25, and I've been reading a little bit of Olive by Emma Gannon. I've been enjoying this. I'd already started it when I mentioned it in my TBR. It's a women's contemporary fiction book about a young woman who her friends and everybody seem to be having babies and things, and she's just broken up with her boyfriend because she doesn't want a child. It's an interesting perspective to read from because you don't often read women's contemporary fiction. I've just looked at how big my hair is at the moment. Women's contemporary fiction from women who don't want children, who don't want the sort of like, well, I guess classic pattern of sort of like finding someone, getting married and having children. And I'm enjoying it, although I find Olive herself quite difficult and quite antagonistic. And I guess being a woman myself who doesn't want children, I do find that I get asked quite a lot why I don't want children. And I think I've been thinking about this since reading this book, and I think I quite often sort of sugarcoat my answer in order not to offend other people. So I always say, oh, I've never really wanted children, which, whilst true, is sort of, I never want to say anything that's like gonna offend people with children. And then I think, well, people don't rarely get asked why do you want children. But I guess the truth is, for me, is that I'm happy with my life as it is, and that doesn't mean to say that people who have children aren't happy until they get their children. But like, it's never really been a consideration for me, and I'm just fortunate that David also doesn't want children. I notice it's less likely now that I get told, like whenever I used to say this before, people used to say you'll change your mind, and now I'm in my 30s, I find that people are saying that to me less. Now that could be due to a whole host of things. That could be to do with people realising that there are women and people who don't want children, and it also could be to do with my age and the fact that I am getting older, and previously when they would have said to me, oh, you'll change your mind, like, I haven't got that much time to change my mind. Now I'm not going to change my mind, but that's just a sort of observation I've had, that more recently I've had less people saying to me, oh, you'll change your mind. And actually more recently I've had people sort of saying, oh, I get that, I get why you wouldn't want to have children. It's an interesting old thing, isn't it? But yeah, so Olive herself, her friends are all, she's got two friends who have children, one a very new mother and another one who's trying for children, and the whole sort of situation seems to be about babies. And I feel like I don't see myself in Olive in that I just sort of like let people get on with having babies. It feels to me like it's almost like a sort of personal attack on her that her friends have had babies, they've abandoned her, is how it sort of feels, reads from Olive's point of view, and I do not feel like that. But like I said, it's an extremely honest book. I might not have said that in this particular moment, but it's extremely honest, and I guess people do feel like that. So yeah, but I'm enjoying it, and it's a nice sort of like, here he is, look at him in the little corner. It's a nice sort of like easy read. And like I said, interesting to read a women's contemporary fiction book about a woman who doesn't want children. So I will continue with this. I'm probably, well, I'm over halfway now. I don't think I'll finish it tonight, but I think I'll finish it this weekend. But yeah, those are the thoughts. And like I said, it's about 7:30 now. I'm going to crack on with that. David, what are you, if you wouldn't mind just chiming in from your little corner over there, what are you going to start with?
So I'm going to read a couple of the what if questions.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to crack on with Dear Justice.
And I'm not going to get in the bath straight away, because you don't want to get in the bath straight away, do you, after you've just had a dinner? It wasn't like a massive dinner or anything.
That's how you'd be sick.
Yeah, you don't want that. We've already had one sick tonight. Minnie's been sick. She's getting a bit fluffier now, so she gets a few like furballs and will end up being sick. However, this bit of sick had a bit of Christmas tree in it, so we know she's been over chewing the Christmas tree, so she's obviously chewed a bit and got it in her, and then she's been sick in it. So that's not very good, is it? No. Should we crack on with a bit more reading then, Poo Poo?
Let's crack on with a bit more reading.
Let's do it. David, what does happen if you put a hairdryer in a 1x1x1 box?
I can't even begin to explain.
Here I am in the bath. I've just finished Serpentine. I can touch it because I haven't got wet hands yet. Very much enjoyed it. Can't really talk about much of what happens in it because it's so slender, but there's definitely some more sort of exploration of Lyra and the time she spent away from Pan. It's not purely about that. In fact, there's quite a lot of it that's just a conversation between her and Dr. Lansalius. But yeah, it sort of explores more about demons and their relationships, like the witch's demons and Lyra's relationship with her demon, etc. But yeah, the illustrations in it were lovely. I read at the back that Tom Duxbury, who did the illustrations, he's very inspired by lino printing, and you can really tell that. I mean, you can tell that from the front cover there. So really enjoyed it. And yeah, it was actually written years and years before he'd even started the Book of Dust. So interesting. But now I'm going to have a bit of my tea in my Christmas mug and listen to a bit more of Quiet by Claudia Winkleman. You can see that's not going to show, is it? But I'm also going to double cleanse. So I'm going to double cleanse using Ultra Bland, and then I'm going to use Bouche de Noël, which is a Christmas one, yay! And actually I've just seen this exact cleansing routine on an Instagram account that I follow, and then I was like, oh, I've got both of those things. So I'm going to have a double cleanse now, listen to a bit more of Claudia Winkleman, use you guys to illustrate, to use as a mirror for my double cleansing, and I'm going to crack on. And then I'm going to get out because it's 20 past 8 now, so and then David can get in the bath. I used the minty one, you might have seen me put it in. It was a little polar bear, and it's like spearmint flavoured. Nice.
Boys from the school opposite, we're taking her for granted.
David, that bath was simply lovely.
Good.
Loved the cleanse, loved the bath, loved it. Finished the Serpentine.
Enjoy it?
Yeah, really enjoyed it. I've got 20 minutes until 9, and my plan is to start Big Sister, Little Sister, Red Sister at 9. So I'm going to read a bit more Olive as I finish Serpentine until 9. How's Dear Justice going?
It's good.
What page are you on, please?
21.
Is it looking as promising as Dear Martin was for you?
Yes, it is.
Oh, good. Do you want to just carry on reading it? He really loves these books, don't you?
I do.
You really like Nick Stone. Do you think, because the first one you read was Jackpot, and then you've read Dear Martin, so do you think Dear Martin was better than Jackpot?
Oh, no.
You've read, this will be your third book by her, and then there's one more you haven't read.
Yeah, and then there's
there's another one, there's like a middle grade one as well.
Middle grade one, and then there's the...
oh yeah, the Marvel comic one.
I can't remember, Black Panther's sister.
Suri.
Suri, it's all about Suri.
Oh wow, that sounds really good.
Yeah, I think it is anyway, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I've seen the cover of it and it's got Suri on it. So
great.
I would be intrigued to read them as well.
Cool. Well, I'm in my pyjamas now. David's shortly about to get in his pyjamas, and my goodness me, you were in for a treat when you see David in his pyjamas.
I mean, you'd think I was in my pyjamas already,
well,
really.
These are pyjamas, but these are your daytime pyjamas. You're about to get into nighttime pyjamas.
That's a change.
I mean, that's lockdown life though, isn't it? Everyone has daytime and nighttime pyjamas. But all I will say to you is when you see David next and he's in his pyjamas, think of a Victorian gentleman at the seaside having a bathe.
I like to say it as thinking of Dick Van Dyke in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Caractacus, I never got my mouth around that. Caractacus Potts. Yeah, you got that to look forward to. Are you getting in the bath now? Or are you carrying on reading?
I'm going to read a couple more pages.
Oh, it's going to go cold, David. But David, as well as not being able to eat and read, you can't bath and read.
No.
What do you do when you're in the bath?
I'll probably listen to Alan.
Alan Partridge from the Earth House. So while David's in the bath, it means I get to lay out a bit on the sofa, which is lovely. But every time I pick this book up, I can't believe the weight of it. It's so heavy. I'm about to start Big Sister, Little Sister, Red Sister. It's just 9 o'clock. David's in the bath, so I'm gonna. I always never know. Oh no, that's a list of illustrations. I thought it was gonna be a list of characters, and I was like, do people read that? Do you read that? Yeah. So I'm gonna start that now with a map of China. I'm gonna have a little look at that. Here he is. Oh, you're gonna have to move backwards, David, because I'm fully zoomed out. This is David. This is David in his Victorian wear for the beach.
So baggy.
You're so cute in them. Did you have a nice bath?
I did, thank you.
Do you want me to move so you can sit back here?
Yes, please.
Oh, I knew it, but it is comfy on here, isn't it?
It is, that's why I'd like to sit back there.
Shall we see if we got any sweets?
Yes.
And that's the end of Cosy Reading Night. Did you have a nice time?
I did, thank you.
Well done, well done, well done. How much did you read?
Not much tonight, if I'm completely honest.
Oh.
Only about 15 pages of What If.
Yeah.
And then I think 40 pages of Dear
That's
Justice.
still quite a lot. How are you finding Dear Justice?
Yeah, I like it very much.
Good. And David had a little snooze in the bath.
I was definitely relaxing too much.
I've done very well. I've read, well, I don't know how many pages of Olive, but a lot. I've read and finished Serpentine, and I've listened to almost an hour of the audiobook.
You've done very
And
well.
I've read 22 pages of this book that I'm really enjoying. However, there's a lot to take in, so I think this is going to be a sort of like one that I need to concentrate on. So there's no point picking this up for sort of like a double page read. It needs to be a good solid amount. So I will continue with this. But yeah, so that's that. As I have previously said, these Cosy Reading Nights are happening. Do you want to hold hands, David? These Cosy Reading Nights are happening every other Friday throughout lockdown. So the next one will be, David, you're probably wondering, is the 20th of November, 7 till 10 p.m. GMT. Be there. I was wondering, do you think we should do something different for that one? You know, like in the first lockdown, we did different things for each one. So we did like a live show. We did a bumper Cosy Reading Night.
We did.
You vlogged some.
Yeah.
So yeah, if there's any of those you'd like us to do for the next Cosy Reading Night, which will be the 20th of November, let us know.
Let us know.
And we'll do that. But yeah, hope you had a lovely first Cosy Reading Night back in lockdown, or wherever you may be. I hope you're safe. I'm very much off the camera here. Look at this, we're so far apart. And we'll see you all again for another BookTube video.